Welcome back to the show. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, on November 2, 2018, the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, and the Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla, will be in Ghana for a 4-day visit. It will be the second visit for Prince Charles, who first came to Ghana in 1977. Certainly, I wasn't born then. John Apia is the head of the Royal Commonwealth Society Africa. He'll be telling us how beneficial this visit will be to Ghana. You're welcome, John.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so it seems that a lot of people are attracted to Ghana now, and I'm wondering, just yesterday, we had Donald Trump's wife here, and she's just leaving. First of all, tell us, why has this trip even become necessary?
Well, I think at the last Commonwealth Head of Government meeting in London, it was decided that Prince Charles will be the next head of the Commonwealth.
Okay.
And so I think that this trip specifically is to promote everything that the Commonwealth stands for.
Okay.
And to showcase Prince Charles and his wife, the Duchess of Cornwall, to the Commonwealth countries. And I think Ghana is the center of the world geographically. Okay. And so, without being biased, being Ghanaian myself, I think is very appropriate that he starts off here.
Okay, so give us details of what exactly he'll be doing once he and his wife are here. What's the itinerary? Well,
without going into specifics, due to security reasons, the main areas, Prince Charles is very passionate about the environment. So when they land, they'll be meeting the Santihinin, who they've had ties to for quite a while, to pay homage to him and respect to him. They'll be meeting the president at Jubilee House as soon as they land, and the First Lady of Ghana as well. They'll be meeting here as well. Okay. So there's lots of events planned, from environmental to education. Okay. We have a few events that promote the Queen's Commonwealth Essay Competition, which is one of the RCS's flagship programs. And then the Duchess and the Prince will be promoting all those things. So education, literacy, environment, and business, trying to show what the Commonwealth is made of, because I think a lot of the time people don't realize the power of the Commonwealth. And
actually, there are people who feel like the Commonwealth should not even exist, which is why which is what will take me back to my next question, which is what does Ghana stand to benefit? If you put this on social media, I'm sure you have a lot of people, and I admire this family. You have a lot of people who admire them, but you also have people who would be like, okay, so what? So tell us, so what?
Well,
what's the benefit
to start off with, I think Prince Charles would be an excellent head of the Commonwealth when the time is right, because of what he stands for. In terms of his push for environment, he could just have stayed as a prince or a future king and said nothing and then just enjoyed his life. But he's been on the pursuit of actually promoting the environment and making sure that the young ones who are left after we are gone have a safe environment to live in. Okay. And his wife, the Duchess of Cornwall, as well, has really promoted education and literacy for people. So I think together there'll be a power for the Commonwealth. Coming back to your question of view mirror, you can have a view of the way forward, but when you have rear view mirrors, you can actually see what's going on around you and behind you. And I think that's what the Commonwealth stands for. We have to look to our past on what made us part of the Commonwealth, which is not a bad thing, because unlike the UN, the Commonwealth has we have shared language, shared history, shared cultures, and these are all the things that within the Commonwealth, when you're doing business with a fellow Commonwealth country, it's much easier. There's some invisible forces already at work. And let me tell you that the Commonwealth, GDP within the Commonwealth is actually larger than GDP in the EU.
I see.
In 2015.
Does it mean that we're not making the most of the opportunities perhaps available with this connection?
In 2015, the EU and the Commonwealth were level pegging. By 2020, we'll have eclipsed the EU with 18 trillion US dollars in GDP, compared to about 16 for the EU. So in terms of the force and the power of the Commonwealth, 2.4 billion people, 60% of those are under age 30. the wealth and the diversity of the Commonwealth is unheard of. So I think it's time we started tapping into that force.
Right.
You know, that
will this visit sort of review some of the areas? Are you hoping that, I mean, and I'm talking about the Commonwealth, the Royal Commonwealth Africa. Are you hoping that this will perhaps begin to open our eyes to the opportunities available within the society that we could tap from?
Definitely. For us, it's a great opportunity for people to know about our work. And our work falls within two areas, civil society and business. And with business, we are actually setting up a Commonwealth business hub in Ghana here. And that's why Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall coming here is so excellent for us. Because by doing that, we're able to introduce Ghanaian businesses actually to the rest of the Commonwealth. And we actually have such a trip in November, around the first week of November, where we have a lot of top business people that we're sending to Saudi to meet the highest level of government, without being too specific, but the highest level of people in Saudi are meeting Ghanaian businessmen.
Okay, a lot of oil money should be flowing from there.
And we'll share some with you.
Oh, you should. You certainly should. But let me take my very final question about what role the Royal Commonwealth Society will be playing in this visit, perhaps afterwards as well.
Well, within this visit, we're organizing the itinerary, obviously with the presidency, with the British High Commission, and with DFID. Those are our main partners for everything that's going on. So I know there's a state banquet that the president is hosting, and we have different events from environment to education that the British High Commission, ourselves, the Commonwealth, and DFID are organizing.
Okay. Will I get to interview them when they come?
Please put in the request.
I just did.
Okay. We'll try and fit it in.
Okay.
We'll try and fit it in
because this is a promise you're making to my viewers, you know.
We'll try and fit it in.
Okay. So hopefully we get to interview. That would actually be nice.
You want Prince Charles or you want the Duchess?
Oh, both of them. The lady will be best.
The lady will be best.
But
girl power.
You know, but both will be absolutely fantastic. I think
okay, we'll try and put it in and get a little slot.
Please do. Yeah. So that's an on-air request that looks like it's going to be successful at the end of the day. But thank you so much for coming. We'll look forward to this visit, and we'll keep our viewers informed. Just let us know what's happening.
Sure. Thank you very much.
John Appiah has a Royal, the Royal Commonwealth Africa Society. I got it right.
Yes.
Certainly.